Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, after a long time of the national dialogue, finally, the Kalonzo Musyoka-led team and the Kimani Ichung'wah team have come out to write their final report, which they are going to represent to the leadership. Of course, one report will go to William Samoei Ruto, another one will go to the Azimio leader, Raila Odinga. So with that report, they are going to make the final decision with the report. That means now this report is going to another level of discussion between Raila and Ruto. Then from there, it will be presented in the National Assembly. So in the National Assembly, there will be a discussion. Then if it will be passed, we will see things moving and things being implemented. This is now where we are. So the report is out, and the list of issues that they have agreed on is there. And the thing that they did not agree on also, it has been somewhere listed. Na mambo mawili hawakukubaliana. Kwa haya mawili ambayo hawakukubaliana, yalikuwa yanaguza wananchi wa kawaida. Kwa haya mawili yalikuwa yanaguza wananchi wa kawaida na pia iliwapeleka kwa maandamano. So I want us to use this opportunity to go through the list one by one, and we will finish by the two issues that the committee disagreed on. I think that is where we're going to end the discussion. But before we go deep into that, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, Samia, thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. And by the way, just to acknowledge, the channel is performing very well. I've seen more subscribers are coming in. And I want to use this opportunity to welcome all our new subscribers to this channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. Feel at home and you are much welcome in this house where you are free to air your views. You don't necessarily to agree with me, you can disagree, but constructively. In that way, you even help this discussion for better understanding. Then I had an issue where I was requesting for help from the YouTube community, our viewers, our subscribers, and anyone willing to help me raise some cash for the burial of my grandmom. The process is still going on. The announcement will come later on which way forward and when the burial will be taking place. But I'm just seeking for your help. I also want to thank the people who have already sent me something. I've received a lot of help. And in the next video, I'll be mentioning the latest names. The other ones I had already done it. So thank you so much for holding my hand, and thank you for wiping our tears in whichever way. Through calls, people have called me just to mourn with me. Those who have sent me something, I really appreciate and I acknowledge everyone. So let us use the remaining time to go through the list. And by the way, those who are asking for the number, 0708 34 0092. We want to go through this list one by one and we'll give our view on the same. Number one, evaluation of the 2022 general election process. So the committee has agreed on this one. They have to do an evaluation. Remember, after every election, IBC has a mandate to produce the results. And besides this, they have to produce the report. They are yet to publish that one. So evaluation has to be done so that you avoid the errors in the next election. In that one, they have agreed. Number two, the IBC reconstitution selection panel be expanded from 7 to 9 members. I don't know why they're expanding IBC election panel. Before we had 7. And this number is always old because on some issues they have to vote. And because we are in a democratic country, the majority will have their way and the minority can just have their say. So you go by majority. And if that is then the way to go, we still question what happened to the past election where 4 commissioners did not agree with the 3 commissioners. But the result that was taken into account, it was the decision of the minority 3 commissioners against 4. So they are saying they want to increase from 7 to 9. Still odd number. Hey, mambo ndio haya. Number 3, presidential election petition to be heard and determined within 21 days from 14 days. On this one, I can agree. The timeline is very short for lawyers to argue the case in court, and again for judges to sit down and write the report. They are in a hurry because they have timeline. Once you go beyond the timeline, you will lead a country into a crisis. There will be a crisis. And because of that, tunaweza kuwa na shida kubwa sana. So they're saying that they want to put it 21 days. That is to give enough time. No hurry. On that one, I agree. I don't know your views, but you can tell in the comment section. Number 4, legal reforms passed less than 18 months before the general election to take effect in the next electoral cycle. That is true. You don't bring in other legal reforms just next to election. That means you are targeting your opponent, especially when you are on the government side. Your opponent who don't have that much power and privilege, they will have problems. So you'll find that everything that will be liberated few time to election, it cannot be in their favor. For example, siku nyingine walisema ya kwamba you have 6 months to go into a coalition if you want to form a coalition. Na hii ilifanywa tu just few months to election, which was wrong. With this one, I agree with them. Number 5, on the cost of living, all arms of government to cut travel expenditure by 50%. They are agreeing on cutting on the expenditure. That is now they are touching on cost of living. Up to this point, I don't believe that cost of living has been given the weight it deserves. Not yet. Let us continue. And I will tell you when we will go to the issues they have disagreed on. Number 6, SRC to review daily substances allowances for state and public offices with an aim of reducing the cost by 30. Okay, bado angalia kwa mambo ya cost. But I am not convinced up to that level. Number 7, road maintenance levy and fuel anti-adulteration levy to be reduced by 5 shillings and 3 shillings respectively. Hapo ni sawa, wapunguze. Wanafinya wananchi. Number 8, all devolved function to be transferred to county government fully. On this one, I 100% agree with them. How I pray that this can come into reality is going to be good. For example, agriculture is 100% devolved. Lakini unapata Kithure Kindiki amebaki na pesa huko juu na magavana hapa hawana kitu. Na hao ndio wako hapa chini. Hata kuandika extension officers and other people, you cannot. Mambo ya health, it is devolved 80%. Lakini Nakhumicha amebaki na pesa huko juu, CS for health. Huko chini magavana wanahangaika madawa, vifaa vya kutumia, kuajiriwa madaktari na mambo mengine tu mengi. This thing must be devolved 100%. How I wish it can be put into reality. This one I agree. Even with this one, it will reduce the powers and privilege we have seen the president using in an abusive way to lure people that ukifanya na mimi una benefit. Usipofanya na mimi you cannot benefit. Unaona hata mpaka wanafika hapa anaanza kuchanganya magavana. This must come to an end. With this one, I agree with that. I agree with Kenya Kwanza. We continue. Number 9, equitable share to the county government to be not less than 20% of the total collected revenue. Right now it is 15%. Raila alikuwa ametuambia atatupea 40. Kwa kiburi ya hawa pia walikuwa wamesema watapeana, was it 35 or what? But now they are agreeing on 20. It is fair but not good and not better. We need something better. County government should get good money. Then governors will be put into account. Waseme pesa zimefanya kazi gani? Because these governors are not immune kama president. Hawa watafikishwa kotini washtakiwe, mambo yaende kama hayo. President unangoja paka amalize term yake. Then number 10, NGCDF, NGAF and the Senate Oversight Fund to be entrenched in the constitution. Let it be legal in the constitution so that tumeona CDF imesaidia. Tunataka ikue pale. Mbunge anahitaji kitu ya kuongelea. It is just okay. Senator pia they need something. That's okay, no problem. As long as they are accountable. Number 10, Ward Development Fund to be established by statute. Ward Development Fund. This is good because every village will be reached through MCS and the offices. So hakuna vile develop a county without reaching every village. To that level I agree because some governors they will favor one side where they got votes na kwenye wako pata wanakuwa na beef kubwa sana na hao. Unapata areas zingine zinabaki underdeveloped when other areas are getting something. So this one it can help to equalize something. Number 12, establishment of the office of the opposition leader with 2 deputies. Yes. Hiyo imekuwa welcomed by both sides. That means the person who will come number 2 will take the position in election, the general election. He will be taking the position of the opposition leader. His running mate will go into the Senate as the minority leader, something like that. Then the person that has been fronted as the prime CS na wameanguka election, kwa mfano kasa Kalonzo huko kwao, atapewa nafasi nyingine ya kudeputize the minority leader in the National Assembly. That means maybe something, duties or roles close to a minority whip. Kitu kama hiyo karibu na hapo. I think hizo ndio wanaongelea. I have no problem with that. Lakini mtu akishinda kura apewe haki yake. Number 12, establishment of the office of the opposition leader. Number 13, last one, on what they have agreed. Entrenchment of the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary in the Constitution. With this one, both Azimio had interest to have the position of Prime Minister. And Ruto copied, he copy-pasted. So the idea they are implementing here, it is an original idea of Raila Odinga and Azimio fraternity. Sio yao. So I agree, no problem. That's what Azimio had envisaged for. But then the thing they have not agreed on, number 1, reduce VAT of fuel from 16% to 8%. With this one, you would have solved the Kenyan problem in a blink of an eye. Wamekata. Fuel is everything. It determines everything. They have disagreed on that. Number 2, scrapping of the controversial house levy. 1.5% inaenda na sisi hatutapata nyumba yoyote. They have refused. This is what took people to the street. I don't know what Ruto and Raila are going to determine here finally, but that is now the information we have as of now. I don't know your views, but tupatane in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you and see you in our next video.